In the wake of rail blockades all over our country, pretty much grinding our economy to a halt, the question is our country broken? Poll after poll has said that yes, a vast majority of Canadians think that we have a big problem in the nation. But is it that our country is broken, or is it just a lack of leadership? Sarah McIntyre is with me. I think that we should discern between the two. We generally have a harmonious country. Vast majority of the premiers seem to get along in different other levels of government. Is it that we have a problem at the federal level?
Well, I think we have to look at this poll and say, what does it mean to the average person? Is Canada broken? It doesn't mean that we are in a state of, falling into dissolution or anything like that. I think what most Canadians understand that statement to be is, can we get anything done? Can we resolve big problems in the country? And I think after seeing these blockades and lack of leadership at the federal level, a lot of people say we can't deal with big problems, therefore Canada is broken.
There's a notion that the Premier of Alberta, Jason Kenney, is stoking the flames. We've seen a number of federal Conservative MPs sign an edict ostensibly saying that we need some major changes with the central government. So, is there legitimate beefs coming from Alberta, so to speak, or is this just more saber rattling from the regions?
Well, it's the Buffalo Declaration, which you mentioned, and there was 4 Conservative MPs sign on to it. Jason Kenney didn't sign on to it. There was a number of Alberta MPs that didn't sign on to it. But what was included in there, which I thought was really interesting, was some suggestions about how to improve or enhance Alberta's voice within the Federation. And that includes appointments to museums and to different courts. And having an increased voice for the Alberta voice in the Federation. So I think what we're seeing here is, not really saber rattling, but saying, look, we have legitimate concerns in this province. We've had an entire, sector being shut down. We've had people losing their homes. If this was happening in any other part of the country, we would be having an emergency meeting with the federal Prime Minister, and that just simply seems to be sloughed off each and every week.
There is, of course, the notion that even on the political spectrum, the strength from Ontario and Quebec basically hands a majority government, or in this case a minority government, to the Liberals in this instance. And that no matter what the West is dealing with, no matter how frustrated they become, the concentrated population in the 2 eastern provinces really is all that matters.
Well, I mean, that's the basis of Confederation. It was all about ensuring Ontario and Quebec had equal voice. And, Alberta was an afterthought. It was 1905 when they came into Confederation. And, one of the other suggestions or recommendations or demands of the Buffalo Declaration was that the seats in Parliament actually get rejigged to actually reflect the increased population in Saskatchewan and Alberta. And so I think those are some legitimate concerns. Does it mean the country is broken? I think a country is broken when people feel it's broken and when we see crises not being able to be resolved in a timely manner.
All right, here's a quick fix for the federal government. Build something. Log on to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.